Alright, welcome to this video about similarity. If you are in period 1, your due now is to submit your homework on Canvas, the similarity worksheet from Tuesday. If you are on period 2, your due now is to submit your homework on Canvas. It's the scale number 2 worksheet. Alright, so right now during this video, you need to be in your seat. You should be watching the video and taking notes. Take good notes during this video so it can help you with your assignment. Alright, our objective for this video is I will be able to calculate the missing angle of a triangle and identify corresponding angles and sides of shapes. This is our standard GM2. We're going to be focusing on the angle measurements. Alright, what do you know about these triangles? There are 3 different types of triangles. We have equilateral, isosceles, scalene triangles. Well, equilateral triangles all have the 3 sides are the same, 3 angles are the same. Isosceles have 2 sides the same and 2 angles the same, and scalene have 0 sides the same and 0 angles the same. All triangles have angles that add up to 180 degrees. So these 3 angles add up to 180 degrees. In the isosceles, all 3 are going to add up to 180, and in the scalene, all of them add up to 180. Okay, what do you guys remember from finding missing angle measurements? If you know the total number of degrees is 180, can you find the missing angle? So for example, if I know that all of these have to add up to 180 degrees, all I have to do is do 180 minus 100 minus 55. And I can put that in the calculator to get 25 degrees. So my missing angle in this case is 25 degrees. Right? Same here. Another strategy is you can say you add the 2 angles that you know. So I do 23 plus 124, and I get 147. And then I need to subtract that from 180. So if I subtract that, I get 33 degrees. So x in this case is 33 degrees. This last one's a little tricky, right? Because here we have a little square. And this is something that you're just going to have to remember. A square is equal to 90 degrees. So I'm going to add 90 plus 63, and I get 153 degrees. And I need to subtract that from 180. And when I do that and I put it in my calculator, I get 27 degrees. So angle A is equal to 27 degrees. Hopefully this was a nice refresher. Alright, this is time for you to try it. You have 2 minutes to go. Start. What you're going to do is you're going to calculate the missing angles. You're going to do 2 minutes. You're going to show your thinking and work. So for example, I showed my subtraction and my addition. Right? You have 2 minutes starting now. 30 seconds remaining. All right, that's time. So for S, you should have gotten 57 degrees. For N, you should have gotten 33 degrees. For F, 67 degrees. And for X, 47 degrees. Bonus time. Which of these triangles is isosceles? This triangle and this triangle, because we have two angles that are the same. Okay, moving on. All right, how do I know if triangles are similar to each other? Do you know if these triangles are similar? What do you think? Jot down some thoughts. What about these? Are these triangles similar to each other? What are different about these pairs? So one set of these is similar. So one of these is similar and one of them are not. The blue shapes are similar, but the other shapes are not. And it's not just because of the color. If you notice, this big blue shape has the same proportions as the small shape. But here we have a right triangle, so both of these are right triangles. But on this side we have a right triangle and an isosceles triangle. So they're not the same type of triangles, so they're not similar. Alright, similar shapes have the same shape but different sizes. An important thing to know is that the angles are the same, and the sides are proportional to each other, or have the same ratio. Congruent shapes have the same size and the same shape, so the angles are the same, but the side lengths are exactly the same. So similars do not have to be same size. Congruent means equal, so they do have to be identical. Alright, so to be able to use similar figures, you have to be able to know which sides are matching, and the words that we use is corresponding. So if I look at this triangle, these triangles, I have to figure out which ones are the corresponding sides. And in this case, it's helpful because I'm given the angle measurements. If you notice, this one's 25 degrees, and this one's 25 degrees. This one's 53 degrees, and this one's 53 degrees. So I know that RT is going to be congruent with YW. Okay, so I'll look at these options. In this case, it's TR, but they did, so I said RT, but TR. Is that congruent to WX? So is this side congruent to this side? No, they're not. So I'm going to cross that one out. Is angle T, so that would be this angle right here, congruent to angle Y? Well, they're both equal to 25 degrees, so yes, this would be one that I select. Alright, is side RS congruent to side YW? No, they're not, because they don't have the same. See, this is on the first one it's a short side, and on the big one on this side it's the long side. And then lastly, angle T, which is 25 degrees. Is that one congruent to angle X? Well, 25 degrees does not equal 102, so no, it's not. Oh wait, what about this one? Let's try this one. I want you to pause the video and try to see if you can figure out which ones would be corresponding, which ones are the matching sides, and which ones aren't. All right, welcome back. Right here, I know it's asking me if ED is congruent to ON. Well, in this case, they do have the same measurements. These are congruent figures. And they all have the same angle measurement, so I know that they're similar. So this one is yes. Okay, is angle F, which is 63 degrees, congruent to angle O, which is 80 degrees? No, it's not. Let me cross that one off. Okay, is EF, line EF, similar or congruent to OP? They're both equal to 16, so yes. And then finally, DF, is that one congruent to PO? Well, no, because I already said that PO is congruent to EF. All right, try this one on your own. Oops, this is the same one that we just did. No, it's not. Right, notice that we have the same angle measurements. Oops. 77 and 77, 62 and 62, 41 and 41. So, is angle F the same as angle Q? Yes. Let's look at the other angles. We're going to skip to this angle. Is angle G, 77, congruent with angle O? Yes, it is. Okay, I'm going to erase some stuff. Okay, let's look at the sides. Is FG matching QO? Well, they both have angle 41 and 77 together, so they both touch angle 44 and 77, so that's a yes. And then GH and OP. Notice how GH has the angle 77 and 62. Well, this one also has 77 and 62. So yes, they're congruent. All of these are the corresponding sides. Okay, if you feel like you've gotten the hang of this, you can go ahead and work on 7th grade IXL topic X15 to get as high as you can by the end of the period. Thank you for watching.